Hello and welcome to The Lab, a Minecraft podcast where we explore, experiment, and theorize about all things Minecraft. I am Miner Thoughts, and with me is, this is going to be more of a serious episode. So let me just say, this guy is, my co-host is definitely not a buddy. We'll go with that. It's the Troj.
I am definitely not a bunny. Hello, Miner. Hello to the listeners. And you are right. This is probably going to be a bit more of a serious one. It's funny that we still call ourselves a Minecraft podcast because we seem to be talking about less and less about Minecraft and more about content creation and other things at the moment. But I don't see a problem with that. I think it's all very interesting topics.
I do have some ideas. I've got some stuff brewing. No, they aren't rants. Well, maybe they are rants, but it's something that we need to discuss more in depth. But I won't spoil those things because you know how I like to do that.
Indeed. I guess probably just to get a little bit of context, and I guess let's put a little warning up at the front of this episode. We, at the time of recording, we did have an episode that we had pre-recorded, and we've pulled it. Not pulled it. We're going to do it. We'll put it out next week instead. So for those that listen to every episode, you might feel like there's a little bit of a disconnect between the order, and that's because there is. But this week, at time of recording, something major went down in the content creation sphere, and it's something that we wanted to talk about from a slightly different angle. And I guess, probably put a warning out there. We may be touching on some adult themes, more serious topics, so just be aware of that going into it.
Right, and both subjects, both topics are important. So yeah, just stay tuned for the next one.
So at time of recording this week, which if you are listening to this in the future, we're at towards the end of June 2024, and this week it came out a very well-known content creator, Dr. Disrespect, was basically all the information came out why he had been banned on Twitch, and let's just say his complete career is now basically over. And what he had been doing was, we're not going to go into specifics, and we're not going to talk about the specific things. If you want to learn more about that, you can go Google that yourself. But it was basically to do with things about minors in his community. And that's why he was banned off Twitch, and it's all come out now. It's all been leaked out. And child safety is something that's very important to me. Obviously, I'm a dad, and obviously I'm also not on his level, but I'm a content creator as well. So there's a lot of different facets out there to think about and talk about. And a lot of people are obviously talking about the specifics of things, but we want to come at it and talk about it from a very different perspective. And the reason why we've decided to pull the episode we had recorded, ready to go, and put this one in is because it's timely that we talk about it, and it's probably really relevant to talk about right now while it's hot on everyone's mind.
I know we've been talking about a lot more of the content creator type things, but in Minecraft, you've got people of all ages, including children, playing the game of Minecraft. So we want to get into that too. You know, things that Mojang and has implemented to keep this game that we play safe. And this game that we often stream and do videos for. Yeah,
100%. But I think what I want to talk about, this is very, very briefly, and I mentioned this on a recent live stream that I did. We had about a half-hour discussion on it while I was building in my area there on Interrealms. One of the things that I wanted to start off with very briefly is, even though you're a content creator, you might be a small content creator, like we are, but you've got viewers, you've got people that watch, you've got a community. Doesn't matter how big or how small, you've got a community, and you've actually got a responsibility to that community and those that are in it. I feel this is my personal opinion here. Now, I've said before on this podcast that sometimes your content is not just about you; it's the impact that it can have on other people. Now, as an example, I've been told twice now from a couple of people that someone was in a very low place and was thinking of doing things, and my stream at that time was just what they needed, and it picked them up, and helped them through that time, and they changed their mind. And that's happened twice now that I've been told that. This guy, he's got 4.5 million followers. And if you watch... Now, I never watched him religiously. I never sat down and watched a live stream. But after I would finish streaming sometimes, just to wind down, I would go onto YouTube and just see what was on there. And, some shorts or highlight reels would be there from him or some of the others that he would play with. And there's so many shorts and clips out there of people giving him a donation and thanking him for, look, I was going through some tough times. You really helped me get through it. What advice can you give, for someone that's, suffering depression and stuff like that? So as a content creator, people can be in a position where not so much that they rely on you, but you're helping them and you don't even know it. It's not about your content. It's not about you sometimes. So you've got to, as making content, someone out there enjoys it. Someone out there appreciates it. Someone out there needs it. And if you treat your community like it's your own personal little plaything, and you take advantage of situations of your fame, your level, your knowledge, your whatever, again, it's not just about you. All of a sudden, in situations like this, you're no longer there for people that may be using you as a support system, as a coping mechanism. You're not there anymore. In turn of this guy, he's not everyone's cup of tea. I admit that. But there's people out there that love the guy, probably idolize him and held him up as a beacon of, this guy's inspiring. And now that's ripped away. So what impact is that having now on those people that, this guy's fallen hard about a lot of really not good stuff? So I think if you are a content creator, just keep that in mind because, no doubt as you get bigger, now I will not experience this because I'm a small fry in a big pond. As the fame and the grow comes, you got to keep that ego in check. And remember, it's not just about you.
Exactly. And you have responsibilities, to your community, to be honest with your community, and not to keep a safe community. When I heard about this, that came out, he's a family man. It makes me sick to my stomach to hear about the things that had happened. And, me streaming, if someone were to do the same thing, or, a fan would want to talk to me privately, I get very, very uncomfortable sometimes when people want to discuss things with me, even if it's just like, someone DMs me on Discord and saying, hey, I could help you out with your streams. Usually it's soliciting, services for artwork or stream elements or things like that. But it still makes me uncomfortable. DMs from people that I do not know makes me uncomfortable. And I start going through, and I know I'm going on kind of a tangent. I start going through and trying to search this person, vet him, so to speak, see if they have a presence or if it's just some random with that out of nowhere that has no, social media presence or, because there's scammers and there's other types of things that can happen, and people are always looking for there are people out there that are just looking for a target, looking for someone that they can manipulate or whatever. And again, I'm sorry if this is like off topic, but I in that same situation, I was just I don't know. I would just avoid those situations at all costs.
Well, 100%. And I think that's the thing is avoiding that situation. Like, you've got 2 points there. One, you should be thinking about the safety of the person you're speaking to. You shouldn't be speaking to somebody of that age, right? We don't know the age, but let's just say a minor. That is taking things to level places where you are just putting yourself into a position that is not good for anybody. But also think about your own impact. This guy, as an example, has lost everything because he had flirtations, poor judgment, just downright. Like you, it disgusts me. It's just it's not right. And you said it right before. You've got a responsibility to the safety of your community, and that's not looking at it from a safety point of view. It's just looking at it. I don't want to know what he was thinking about, but yes, you're right. You've got a responsibility to your community to be safe. Now, I've DM'd people that have raided me or have come in and just been dropping. One person came in a little while ago and she just started integrating into our community and talking, and she got involved really with, we get our hype trains that go, and sometimes they can go really silly, a little bit silly, and she got right into it, and she was one of the highest ones that was just pumping gifted subs all over the place. And it was like, well, I reached out after the stream and said, thank you for that. Like, that wasn't required, but I really appreciate it. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. That's fine. People that come into the stream, we introduce to the Interrealms community, that bring them onto Discord. Obviously, you start to talk to them on that platform, not privately necessarily, but you talk to them responsibly in a way that's responsible. Again, though, if it was a minor, that wouldn't be happening. I assure you of that. Now, in terms of Interrealms, I've got my kids that play on the server with me, and they have since day one. I have been... So with Interrealms, we're an 18-plus server. If you want to join the server, you need to be 18-plus. And the reason we said that originally was because of a child safety concerns, because we didn't...
Exactly.
It's not so much that we wanted to avoid the situation, but we didn't want to put us or anyone that plays on the server in the position where something could happen. Some people don't know this about me. I'm a church man as well. I'm a Christian. And part of my role with the church is actually child safety protection. I'm all over it, basically. I've got to be up to date with all in terms of Australia's legislation. I've got national police clearance to deal with and work with children and volunteer with children. So protection of children is an important thing. So when we were setting up Interrealms initially, the thought was, do we open it up to 13, 14, 15? And it's like, no, because there's so much that goes into it. If anything was to happen, it actually comes back to us as the server operators. The question would be asked is, what did you do to facilitate protection of your members, of your children, of the children that are in the group, on the server? And that's a sort of a different topic that we're probably not going to talk about. But what did Twitch do to protect children? And because at the moment it seems like they just signed an NDA and said, let's sweep it under the rug and let's everyone stay quiet, which isn't good. And YouTube, by the same token, it's come out, knew why he was banned. That's why he didn't have a paid thing with him. So it's like, well, did they allow a groomer to operate on their platform, knowing full well what was going on with Twitch? So that's different topics. But with when he set up Interrealms, it was like, okay, we're not going to allow 18-year-olds, anyone under 18 to join. However, my kids, we let join. And what we did is we said, okay, if someone's got a child or a niece or a nephew or a brother or a sister, they may join to play with you, but the main member needs to be 18 plus. So as example, me, obviously, I'm over 18. So my kids come in, but they're my responsibility. I have to make sure that they're looked after. They're not doing anything they shouldn't be doing. They shouldn't be griefing. They shouldn't be annoying people, etc. And by the same token, their safety while in the Interrealms community comes down to me as the parent. And I think that's an important topic as well. This is not victim blaming. Please don't try to twist my words here. But at some stage, it comes down to the parent. We as parents should be aware what our children are up to online, because the online world is not a safe place.
Right.
Anywhere is not a safe place. So you have to be vigilant as a parent to protect your kids. Now, I don't let my kids use social media at all. Yes, they're on Discord. Right? They're of the age that they can use Discord. But then you would know mine, they're hardly on it. They're only on there if they have to sign up for events for Interrealms or stuff like that. I don't let them use any social media because I don't think it's a place for someone that is under 18. I think it just adds too much social pressure as a minimum. But
Right. And with the how social media can be so toxic, it's you really want to try and, basically as a parent, try and protect your children from that toxicity as much as possible. It's gonna, it might happen in other places like, bullying schools and whatnot, but the internet is still very much a wild west, and
and it's getting worse. It's getting worse because
yes,
people know they're anonymous there, and they've brought in anti cyber laws for bullying and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, that happens. Repercussions of that come in after the fact. It happens at the time.
but saying all this, I think both Twitch and YouTube and the fallout from this are going to have to, and people are going to demand changes for the protection of our children. They have different ways to moderate, but I think because of this, there are going to be changes.
I think there will be. I think that 100% there will be. Anyone that says that this won't have any impact on Twitch or content creation, I think is just burying their head in the sand. Even from a, this is going to sound terrible, from a face-saving exercise, those two platforms will do changes. Like if you look at YouTube, right? It's been leaked that YouTube knew what Dr. Seuss Respect was banned for on Twitch. It was kept quiet because of NDAs for so long, since 2017. It's only come out now about, the why. But it's come out that YouTube knew that what he had done on Twitch, and that's why they didn't offer him like a paid contract to stream on YouTube exclusively. But they knew,
Right.
and they've let him be active on their platform. So the question is, YouTube. Now, they've turned around and demonetized his channel, which I'm not saying is the wrong thing to do, but they already knew what was going on. This just demonetizing him now, is just a face-saving exercise to make them look good. My concern is with Twitch is they put everything under a non-disclosure agreement. Now, obviously, we don't know the finer details, the ins and outs, and we're not going to go down that line of topic. There's enough people talking about that. If it turns out that if their solution to the problem was an NDA just to protect the business, they're in some strife with the way child protection stuff works. And I have no doubt, like Twitch is being very silent on all of this, except for ex-employees. I have no doubt that they are looking and will look at how do we stop this in the future.
Yeah, because ex-employees are saying this is not a one-off. This is kind of tip of the iceberg. So
and the comment was made to me the other day. It's is it not the responsibility of the parents? Yes, it is 100% the responsibility of the parents, and I cannot stress that enough. As a parent, protect your kids, be aware of what they're doing and who they're talking to online. But we live in an age where access to the internet can be 24/7, and there are people out there on the internet that are not good people. So yes, while it comes down to the responsibility of the parent, there's also a responsibility on platforms, on websites, on communities like Interrealms to make sure that their members have a layer of protection there. And that's why Interrealms has taken some steps that we have in recent time in working with GamerSafer.
yes, GamerSafer. I don't know how long it's been around, but I first found out about it through one of our fellow podcasters, High Hopes, got hired by GamerSafer and works for them, and kind of took us through the process, or kind of introduced us through the process of getting the Interrealm server certified. I guess that's the word, through GamerSafer.
Yeah, so GamerSafer is basically it's an organization that tries to do exactly what we're talking about in terms of adding layers of protection for members of communities. And they actually have partnered with Mojang to put together the official Minecraft server list. And we did invite High Hopes to join us for this discussion. Unfortunately, he was unavailable, but he did. I did ask him just to give a little quick plug, if he could, in recording for GamerSafer. So let's run that right now, and it gives a really good overview of what they do.
Are you interested in gaming safely? Do you have questions about how to do so? Maybe you want to learn more, whether it's as a parent, a player, a child, whatever the case may be. GamerSafer is here to help you on that journey. We produced and manage, along with Mojang, FindMCServer.com, where we help servers make sure that they're MUG and EULA compliant and providing a safe space in general for their community. But not just that, we also produce our own bot, GS Defender, help make sure that your Discord's safe and secure, 2FA for staff, link verification, and much, much more. Maybe you need something in the game, maybe Minecraft specifically. GS Auth is your one-stop solution. We're having to worry about ban evasions, IP, or collecting people's personally identifiable information. Like I said, gamersafer.com/Discord is where you go. Thanks. Have a great day.
So thank you, High Hopes, for that. So you can definitely go and check out GamerSafer there. And with Interalms, we recently went through the accreditation, for lack of a better term. So we are on that official Mojang list. So it's good to see that Mojang identifies the safety of their communities, of the players, especially in that multiplayer realm. Because, there's a lot of servers out there that you don't know who runs them, you don't know who's on them, you don't do anything like that. And Interalms had a lot of hoops to jump through to get on that list and demonstrate a few things, as well as being audited by Mojang enforcement team ourselves. And we decided to do that because we wanted to put in that level of safety. Now, this is not something we did because what's happened in the last week. This started last year, and we got on the... We got on the list approved a couple of months ago, and there was a bit of a long process there that you had to go through. But GamerSafer do add in, they do have other options there for different things that protect, as High Hope said there, protect your communities, protect your Discords, things like that. Because at the end of the day, it does come down to if something happened, say on Interalms of this line that we're talking about, it would come down to if there was investigations and stuff, is what we have done as the server owners to protect our community. And I'm pretty confident with the steps that we've got there. And we just don't let anyone join, obviously. There's a vetting process and whatnot. The processes that we have in place in there have led to, no issues, of this magnitude in any way. And
right.
I think that was what it comes down to as well, is, it's the steps that you do take with your community to ensure its safety. And again, that's what it comes down to, is ensuring that your community, respect your community. You're only there because of your community. There is some God without them, basically. Respect them. Respect what you've got. And for goodness sakes, don't put yourself in a position where you're doing questionable things. Protect and respect your community.
Right. And I think you hit the nail on the head right there, is respect. Again, you have a responsibility to not only your family, but your community, the people that look up to you, the people that may idolize you, that listen to you. It's much bigger than just you. It's something much, much bigger. You have an effect on the people, whether you like it or not, in your communities in many different ways. So just respect that, and don't get in that position to where you're going to have a situation. We here on the lab would really, really like to know what you think about this. Again, it's a very heated topic right now. We don't want to go into a big argument details within the comments or whatnot. But you can contact us through the Discord, of course. The link is in the description. All the links that I give for the socials and whatnot are down in the description. There's always the email at minecraftlabpodcast@gmail.com. We're over there on X at mclab_podcast. And then there's also the website. I've failed to mention the awesome website of Keeger's, interromsmp.com. You can connect with us over there. So yeah, let us know what you think. Let us know. Let me ask you, the community, the question, just for some interaction. What do you think Twitch should put in place to protect kids? More moderation? Should it be something that's not automated, but more, a human moderation? What can be done to prevent things like this from happening again? We'd like to know. So let us know.
Yeah, and thank you for entertaining our sort of off Minecraft talk, so to speak. But we did, for me, child safety protection is a really important thing. And being a dad, and when this come up, there had so many ramifications there for content creators and content in general. And obviously, we do talk about content creation things. And we do promise you, we are getting back to the Minecraft topics very, very soon. Obviously, next week, we do have another content creator aimed podcast episode, because that was the one that we had pushed to get this one in a timely fashion. And it's quite a personal one. It's a bit of a deep dive. So, but after that, we do promise we will get back to Minecraft specifically, because obviously we are a Minecraft podcast, but sometimes things come up that's important to talk about. And this is one that I actually said to Miner when this news broke. It's like, Miner, I want to do an episode there about this with a different, and Miner said, well, let's do it this way. And I was like, yeah, that's a great way to do it. So yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed the deep dive. And yeah, as Miner said, we would love to hear your thoughts, not on the specifics of that situation that we've discussed, but on the broader things, that
can be done in a positive light.
Exactly. Let's keep the conversation from a positive angle there to move forward in a positive way at a rather dark time in content creation.
Exactly. Well, I'm gonna get back to some redstone. I'm looking to try and figure out new ways to dupe TNT. And future podcast episode. Oh, spoilers! Sorry. And you've got a Greek fantasy build to do there on Interomes. So
I do, and if you want to watch me actually build that live, we're up to the building stage of that now. So yeah, go check me out on Twitch, the one Troj. See you there.
See ya.